Hello, my name is Carolina Mercado and welcome to my video assignment for Module 5, Sex and Gender, for the class SBS 110, Introduction to Sociology at Aspen University, taught by Professor James Ford. I will also be submitting the title, content, and reference page in a separate document. For years, the role of a woman was to stay at home to tend to the house and the children, while men were the breadwinners and spent their free time and leisure. This role slightly changed in the 1940s. While men were shipped off to war, there was no one to provide back home. So, women picked up their skirts and started working full-time in factories. Years later, women today are still working full-time and come home to start a second shift. Even though stay-at-home moms are less common nowadays, many women are taking time off or leaving careers to dedicate time to childcare. This, along with gender discrimination and stereotypes, are the biggest reasons for gender inequality in salary, employment offers, and overall livelihood. The gender pay gap is a sociological flaw that exists internationally. In the United States, full-time working women receive only about 74% of what full-time working men receive. There are multiple reasons why this is, but the main factors are education and parenting. Women who attend college are more likely to choose a major in education, biology, art, or nursing, while men are more likely to choose business, engineering, or mathematics. This is because the female stereotype is compassionate, nurturing, and creative, whereas the male is structured, calculated, and technologically driven. Comparing postgraduate careers, men will earn more money than women because of their degree and career choices. Crash Course states, while 3/4 of K-12 teachers are women, about half of school principals and only 14% of superintendents are women. Female principals are more likely to work in elementary schools, which is less likely to lead to promotions to higher positions in the district. 2017, from minutes 440 to 443. These statistics demonstrate the skewed perception that males are more capable of being leaders than females are. The second biggest factor of the gender pay gap is parenting. Women are more likely to request time off or leave a career completely to dedicate more time to raising their children. This is a result of increased exhaustion from working full-time to come home to clean, cook, and take care of the children. According to the survey on time use from the Bureau of Labor Statistics in 2015, full-time working moms spend about 9 more hours per week on household chores and caring for family members than full-time working dads. Crash Course 2017 from minutes 327 to 336. Unlike countries like Sweden, Norway, and a few others, the United States does not provide paid paternity leave, meaning fathers could not take time off to help raise their children even if they wanted to, forcing mothers to do more housework and possibly sacrifice their careers. According to the United States Department of Labor, workers often face tension in balancing their roles as workers and parents, since there can be adverse consequences to prioritizing family over work and work over family. Empowering more dads with paid parental leave means they can achieve their professional goals and be supportive, nurturing fathers and partners. ND, page 1. Another gender pay gap factor is surprisingly still prevalent in modern times: discrimination. When applying for a job, most employers perceive men as more valuable workers and have better work ethic than women. For example, at my previous job, I was working as a cook, and I had an interesting conversation with one of the female servers. She told me how she was looking for another job in hopes to raise her financial means, and that she was invited to interview at a prestigious hotel nearby for a managerial position. A few days later, I asked her how the interview went. With a disappointed look on her face, she responded, "It was okay, but I didn't get it because they told me I was too nice." Also, she informed me that the current manager was, as well as the higher ups, were all men, while the concierge and front desk staff were mostly women. This was a surprise to me because I knew that my coworker had years of management experience in both customer service and corporate settings. Then my coworker explained to me that the company was looking for someone more assertive, and to me, it seemed like they were looking for another man to fill the position. To me, modern gender inequality looks like unrealistic beauty standards and high expectations. As a little girl in school, my teachers would scold me for sitting with my legs open and demanded that I cross them to appear more ladylike. My mother would have to chase me around the house just to detangle my wild curly hair, douse me in perfume, and put jewelry. Before every outing, even to go grocery shopping at Walmart, my mother expected me to style my hair and change into presentable clothes because girls are supposed to look pretty. Every time I would not wear jewelry or perfume, my mother would ask me why I was not ready and told me to quickly go back to my room and finish getting ready. Meanwhile, my brothers were just expected to wear a stainless t-shirt before leaving the house. As I got older, I started comparing myself to other girls because they got more attention from the boys I liked than I did. So I started wearing makeup to school, but nothing changed. Unfortunately, this made me more insecure, and I thought that there was something wrong with my body. Then I started dieting and self-deprecating every time I was in a mirror or a picture. I was not the only one. I had friends who were feeling the same way, and their mothers would insist on spending more time on their looks than mine did. Meanwhile, my brothers paid no attention to girls and focused on having fun with their friends. Around the time I was in high school, I noticed that a lot of female celebrities who were once adored in their youth were appearing less and less on screen. Also, I noticed how every older female celebrity that was still relevant was asked about their secret to their youthful appearance. The celebrities would usually say their appearance was due to a healthy lifestyle and skincare regimen, when in reality it was most likely due to plastic surgery or cosmetic procedures. In addition, as soon as a candid picture is taken by the paparazzi or the celebrity herself, the first thing the media talks about is her appearance, weight gain or weight loss, and lack of makeup and styled hair. Then they assume her mental state and speculate what caused her to look this way, causing a tarnished reputation. Meanwhile, male celebrities are offered role opportunities and considered to age like fine wine. When a candid photo is uploaded, the criticism is not as harsh unless his weight dramatically changes, but even so, the media assumes that the male weight change is for an upcoming role. In college, my mother wanted me to focus on my studies, but also consider settling down with the boyfriend I had at the time. In relationships, usually the female approach is to find love with the one, get married, and start a family, while some males have a more careless approach and view marriage as the ball and chain. If a person has had multiple partners or sexual encounters, men are usually applauded, whereas women are judged. The same can be said for older people without spouses or children. Usually, other men admire him for living a bachelor life, and people criticize the woman and think her bizarre. Finally, as mentioned previously, there is a higher expectation for women to oversee housework and childcare. What can be done to reduce this inequality, you ask? Well, reducing gender inequality starts at the home front by educating parents. Parents should learn how to empower their daughters and teach their sons how to respect women. This way, young girls can focus more on what they want out of life and less on looks and how to get a man. Young adults like me can work on self-care and honor their mental health on a daily basis. We can also have conversations with our partners about co parenting and raising a gender equal household in the future. When men and women share housework and childcare, the entire family is happier and healthier, and the marriage has a higher satisfaction rate. So, to be able to empower our girls, we have to engage our boys. TED 2015. Lastly, we need to fight for more diversity in the media so every age and gender can be represented. Once changes to improve gender equality start at home, we can strive to make changes in the workplace. Equal opportunity employers are a start, but it is not enough to completely eliminate gender inequality. The workplace needs a resource for women so that they can report discrimination, practice negotiation, and speak to a mentor. Per Henslin, the best way to find out how to break through the glass ceiling is to talk to women who have broken through. These women, 1, are confident, 2, set goals, 3, promote themselves, and 4, identify gatekeepers, and finally 5, identify needs and meet them. 2019 on page 326. By having this sort of support system in the workplace, women will feel more empowered and capable professionally and personally. Fortunately, we are seeing an increase of women in higher business positions, as business owners, and women in STEM careers. Whether these hardworking women have climbed up the professional ladder or endured years of studying a male-dominated field, they are tipping the scale. Not only this, but the LGBTQ plus community is getting more socially accepted each day, and they are also being represented in media, STEM, and highly ranked positions. We have strong young female activists like Greta Thunberg and Malala Yousafzai, fighting for climate change and children's rights. All this is currently inspiring many to not conform to obsolete gender roles and will continue to inspire generations to come. Obsolete gender stereotypes are the biggest contributors to gender discrimination and inequality. They steer women to select limited fields and accept lower compensation offers. Gender inequality can cause body dysmorphia and depression by trying to meet unrealistic beauty standards and high expectations. By starting conversations with parents and loved ones, we can overcome past traumas and plan to do better with future generations. Also, implementing resources women can use to help them improve in male-dominated fields can help them professionally and level with their male coworkers. As mentors rise, even more mentors will bloom and advocate for gender equality. Thank you.